On today's show, Minnesota Bound takes you away. Discover a few of our favorite spring break destinations for those who love life outdoors. And not all spots are hot and sunny. Have vacation time. We'll travel today.
Minnesota Bound, presented by Connecticut Water Treatment Systems.
Hi everybody, Bill and I welcome you to Minnesota Bound.
Okay, today's the day where we're going to try to take you away from all the snow and cold to celebrate a few of our spring break favorites.
We start with a trip that you took to Mexico.
Yeah, a buddy of mine talked about this fish camp down on the border of Belize, and I thought, probably worth a visit. Even a back road to nowhere leads someplace. In Mexico, that sandy avenue ends in the well-weathered town of Xcalac, a bare-bones fishing village home to, well, not a lot.
It's the end of the road, you know? If you're willing to go just a little bit further, it's this gem.
This is a story about Mexico's not yet discovered bonefish flats. Oh yes, they exist. And ground zero is a remote sand-raked, sun-baked spot called Costa de Cocos.
Costa de Cocos means coconut coast. ¿Dónde está, Fernando?
David Randall runs Costa de Cocos.
Yeah, they're coming towards us.
Think of him as a guy who had a dream but just didn't know it.
We're 70 miles in the jungle, literally.
19 years ago, David grew tired of cold Minnesota winters. He packed the car and headed south to a warm Xcalac. David started building one thatched roof hut at a time.
Yeah, the palapa roof, which is made of palm, is, well, it's kind of a Robinson Crusoe kind of building to a lot of people who have never seen it before. I didn't come here to do this. I just came down to get a little piece of property on the Caribbean, spend a couple months a year.
Vacation turned into a full-time job. It's a resort dedicated to what else but life off the beaten path.
They want to go to the end of the road, so this is pretty much the end of the road. We like it that way.
Don't be fooled. Life around Costa de Cocos isn't always slow. You see, David discovered a short boat ride from the resort led to discovery of, well, widely unfished bonefish flats.
To see another boat on the bay is unusual here.
Flats just waiting for a fly line.
It's very remote.
That's the lure of a place like this. So remote, yet so pure.
Oh.
Exactly why flycaster Paul Hansen keeps coming back.
When you're stalking a bonefish,
You're out in the elements.
that cast has to be just perfect. And then that fish takes it, and it's gone.
Tough fish. They're a lot of fun.
Okay, yes, straight.
Strip. Fish
Set,
on.
set, strip, set the hook.
Awesome. Awesome. Nice fish. Nice fish.
If people are willing to just go a little bit further, they can find this paradise. I mean, there's nobody out here.
Nobody except for Grandma.
I think I got 20 pillows to cover.
Grandma, I mean, who moves from Garrison, Minnesota to Xcalac, Mexico, but Grandma?
My mom moved down here full-time last November.
She considered this a quiet place to relax and retire.
I love it. Who wouldn't?
It looks like her plan backfired.
I'm probably the only one with a sewing machine down here, so. I get all kinds of work.
Yes, Mexico's Costa Palms is quite a place, but don't tell anyone. You see, it's a secret, at least for now.
You come down here and it takes one look, just one time, and you want to come back week after week and year after year.
Now is the time to get down here and enjoy the area, and while it's still remote.
Minnesota Bound is brought to you by Connecticut Water Treatment Systems, Rapala, Star Bank, and by Ice Castle Fish Houses.
Okay, so we start our spring break adventure on the border of Mexico and Belize. Then, after what I'll call an interesting overnight cab ride through part of the country hit by a hurricane, we end up at a fish camp called Pesca Maya.
Mexico's picture-perfect Caribbean coast hides a place called the Siancan Preserve, 1.3 million windswept acres where the Mayan people believe the sky is born. Easy to see why. Good for a view, the Siancan also happens to be one of the planet's most popular places to chase a crazy little critter called a bonefish. A funny name for a fish that'll burn up your reel.
Bonefish is a powerful fish. That cast has to be just perfect. And then that fish takes it, and it's gone.
More than a dozen bonefish resorts sit along the Siancan's bleached white beaches, but Pesca Maya may be a little different.
It's very fun, you know.
This is a story about fishing guides and how they come to be at Pesca Maya, the resort, and Pesca Maya, the school.
The apprentices we train.
We have guys with a lot of experience, and that guys teach the young guys.
Let's fish.
You see, when you fish here, odds are your guide's either a student or a teacher. Pesca Maya trains young Mayan boys in the art of guiding.
2 years.
2 years, just how long our guide, Isa Kapul, will spend teaching 14-year-old Jose Kapul. He'll learn how to pole a boat and how to spot Mexico's gray ghost of the flats.
Strip.
The bonefish. Just what buddy Paul Hansen and I hope to find on the end of our lines.
When the Mexican government made it a national park, they eliminated the commercial fishing. So people needed another way of making a living to feed their families.
Walk slow.
This was a good opportunity to take young kids and teach them how to be guides.
And teach them how to speak a new language.
You see him? Yeah. Now, 10 o'clock. Yep.
If you've ever fished in Mexico,
25 feet, it's coming to fish.
you've heard it.
Wait, trip it, strip, it's too much line. Strip it.
Guides call it fishing English.
It's words that we use when we're fishing. Cast, 45 feet, fish is at 12 o'clock, the fly names, things like that.
10 o'clock.
Now, the apprentices aren't the only ones getting schooled.
That's 9 o'clock.
Paul learned a few lessons.
2 o'clock, 55 feet.
So did I. A change in wind direction blew in colder coastal water, and the bonefish just disappeared. Tough on a guide, even tougher on a fisherman.
You know, fishing is fishing. Sometimes we catch many, sometimes a few.
But longtime Pesca Maya guide Pancho X Manrique had a backup plan. Out of the boats and into the warm water of a shallow mangrove flat.
We're going that way.
A spot where the bonefish seemed to be hiding.
This is good because the water from the ocean is blowing in the bay. See the nervous water? 12 o'clock of you. 1 o'clock now, 40 feet. See, tip, that one.
Oh, how hard do we have to work for these fish? There he goes.
These fish will take off 100 feet of fly line and then 150 yards of backing to boot. And when you finally get him to the boat, he maybe weighs 3 or 4 pounds.
Awesome.
That may be why we love our pursuit of bonefish. They're tough to find and certainly sweet when we hook them. At the end of the day, when we finally earn our rest, too bad Jose can't take it. Someone's got to clean the boat.
As they become guides and accomplished with that, it gets better.
We create new jobs for those guys. I'm proud with that.
Still had a river of Central American fishing dreams. But first, staycation fun so close to home. Just don't forget your mittens.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Cass Lake Chain of Resorts.
There's nothing like escaping a long Minnesota winter with a few weeks down south. You can watch all of our sunny Minnesota Bound adventures on our YouTube channel. We post all new episodes every Monday.
We all know about horsepower. Have you ever experienced a supercharged ride with dog power?
Well, we can hook up first team. You all set?
Want to try your own dog-powered adventure? Well, doggone it, I've found a way. Meet Jack Christopher, Master Musher and Husky Whisperer.
Siberians are a real handful. They're high-strung, headstrong animals that you need to keep control over. I slowly built up a team, started running dog sleds on weekends, demonstrations or presentations or giving dog sled rides. Well, this is typical of what I would call my mushing experience, designed to be about an hour-long session.
All right, Jack, so today you're going to teach me how to mush a team of dogs. But what does the term mush mean anyway?
Well, mushing is really what we're doing. I'm a musher, I drive dogs. So mushing is basically meaning you're driving dogs. These dogs are pretty disciplined down to a few words. I was at an event last weekend and the guys standing on the back of the sleds are yelling mush. Dogs don't know what that means.
They don't?
I yell hike. Hike! That's kind of my test of whether people know what they're talking about.
Speaking of phrases, another task is to memorize the team roster. My team members were all named after trout lakes in Minnesota's boundary waters.
And then who's this?
This is Makwa, Gijikiki.
Gijikiki.
This one's Saganaga. You've probably heard of Saganaga before. This is Gabamishigami. Cherokee. I don't remember where your lake is, Cherry.
So what are the basics for someone like myself who's never done this before?
This is my big freighter dog sled. Starts with a big brush bow, so you can bounce off of trees and rocks and stumps. These are snow hooks to hold the sled in place when I'm not going. And on the back, we got the hard brake here. This is really just meant to hold the team in place. Hanging off the hard brake is a drag pad. It's just a hunk of snowmobile track.
So the brake is, I'm guessing, one of the most important parts.
People ask me all the time, well, what do the dogs do if you lose the team? Do they just stop and wait, or they loop back for you? Heck no, they think they won. We use equestrian terms, so ha's left, G is right, ho is to stop. They're really gonna respond more to your weight on that pad and or on this brake. They'll feel it, they'll resist it, but they will slow down. It's kind of like stopping a train.
Me? I was just praying for no red squirrels.
No. G. Good girl. Hi.
My team was running smooth.
On by, let's go. No, on by, whoa.
Well, most of the time.
Potty break. On by, up.
As I traveled across the snow and ice, it was obvious this is what these dogs were bred to do, as they expressed their joy in pure silence. Me too. A silent adventure free of squirrels.
Minnesota Bound is brought to you by Treasure Island Resort and Casino. Hewitt Docks Lifts and Pontoon Lakes. And by Totem Resorts, the premier destination for world-class fishing.
Up next, it's one of Ron Scherer's favorite all-time fishing trips.
Yeah, Ron heads way south to visit a river of dreams come true.
This is the San Juan River. Wild and remote, yes, but certainly on the map. In Central America, the San Juan is a border river, dividing the countries of Nicaragua and Costa Rica. To adventuring anglers, however, the San Juan is more than a border. At the mouth of the San Juan, tarpon fleet in the Atlantic.
That was good.
In the Nicaraguan rainforest, the backwaters come alive, and rainbow bass strike with a vengeance.
No, hang on. They're pulling the boat.
And giant bluegills called morjara willingly await a fly rodder's cast.
Boy, it's gorgeous.
We have 365 acres.
Meet Dr. Alfredo Lopez, a Costa Rican physician, a rainforest naturalist, and the latest entrepreneur to come to the San Juan to build a dream. It's a Camelot in the rainforest, Rio Indio Lodge, majestic and amazing. 77,000 square feet and the headquarters for unmatched adventure.
The beauty of this part of Nicaragua is just exceptional.
Flowing between Costa Rica and Nicaragua, the San Juan River empties into the Atlantic. The meeting place, the river's current and the ocean's waves, is also a magnet for one of the world's greatest game fish.
So the Spanish name for tarpon is?
Sábalo.
Sábalo. Sábalo. We're drifting a pretty good clip, aren't we? Ooh, there's something. Oh, there's three of them. Aaron, you look down there. My Lord, school of tarpon.
Suddenly, a school of tarpon with one playing hooky.
Oh, come on. Give me a break. There he is right here.
Woo-hoo. That's good.
Yep. Oh, he's gone. He knocked himself out. I tell you, they're just nothing but a piece of muscle.
Someone once said, big game fishing is often hours of boredom, followed by moments of absolute pandemonium. Truer words were never spoken.
I don't know what I got. Golly sakes. There he is.
Finally, a tarpon victory, if you can call it that.
Oh, yeah. There we go. That's a beauty. There he goes.
One of my favorite all-time fishing trips was Costa Rica as well, but I was chasing sailfish and roosterfish. So fun.
Sounds like a blast.
It was.
Well, that about does it for us. We hope to see you back here next week.
In the meantime, don't forget to introduce a kid to the great outdoors.